few calls and whatnot yesterday with some people who were struggling trying to get sales and things like this. Now, um, we've put a load of training out there already, and what I've been thinking about last night while I was out and getting drunk was perhaps the problem could be is that people don't exactly know where they want to be, what they want to do, what market they want to attack, and all this sort of thing. Because I keep on saying all about sorry, I'm just not putting the phone on live as well. Keep on saying all about going out and finding your correct niche. But of course, if you don't know how to go out and find a great niche, then you're going to be struggling. So what I've decided to do is I've decided in the course, the Launch Legends course, we're actually going to do a whole lot on competitor analysis. Right now, what does competitor analysis even mean? Well, I've actually made notes myself so to make sure that I get everything covered. So basically, it's all about when you're going out and starting to try and make money on the internet, right? A lot of people spend the time going out and they're trying to test offers and they're trying to test different hooks and all of this other stuff. And a lot of the time, it just simply doesn't work. So what competitor analysis does, that's really difficult to say with a hangover. It's it's a scientific method that I use to go out and actually find offers, products, and various different things that I want to go out and start selling. And what I do is I actually score the various other people. I find out a load of other stuff about their businesses, and then I score that business to see if it's actually worth me going in there. Now, this saves you an awful lot of time and money while you're trying to set up your business because it's more or less, it's not a full guarantee that you're going to succeed, but it means that you're going to get an awful lot more likely to be successful. Hi, Angel, how are we doing? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into data mining. Now, data mining, the reason why I started data mine, I started this a few years ago, and the reason why I started it all was because a lot of people's coming into the online digital world and trying to make money on it, and they're not really. The whole place is getting a little bit crowded, and it's getting crowded on the easy offers, and people are not really doing what they should be doing, such as building that email list, which always going about picking the correct niche, trying to pick a blue ocean in a red ocean kind of thing. And so this is kind of how I got round it all, how I started going out there and making successful offers because I was fed up with trying to do the same old thing that everybody else is doing. And there's a lot of variables, and some of the variables are the likes of graphics, your copywriting, your designing, your landing pages. All of these can all be changed left, right, and center. The only thing that isn't variable is your business, and within your business, you want to be concentrating on revenue and particularly profit. Right? We don't go after businesses that have massive turnovers because I'm not really interested in their turnover. In fact, turnover is just a headache because then the tax man comes after you. What we are interested in is we're interested in huge profits. Now, the things I'm going to show you throughout the course, this is just an introduction kind of thing, so we can go over it, so you guys actually know what I'm talking about. Things we're going to go over is the likes of where they get the traffic from, how many people are in the business, and we're going to start scoring them on those particular things. And one of the reasons why I've done that as well is because the cost of traffic has been rising rapidly. Right. So before, back in the good old days of Google ads, you could basically go out and spend 1 pence and you get people into your funnel and you can get traffic for next to nothing. And so then it was worth going out and actually trying to test out orders, test out offers, and not really be too sure if they're going to work. It didn't really matter if you were testing out a hook. It was only costing you a penny for 1,000 people to come through your hook. And that penny, who cares? You know what I mean? It's like we might as well get 1,000 people through, spend 10 quid, and all of a sudden we've got all the evidence we need. The price is coming up, and a lot of people doing Google ads not quite right, and Facebook ads going through the roof, and even YouTube ads now starting to raise. We need to go out there and we need to test hooks and offers that are actually going to get people interested straight away. So the way we can do that, you've probably seen us talking about funnel hacking before. Now, this is kind of a little bit like funnel hacking, but we aren't just going to funnel hack. We're going to hack their entire business, right? So we're not just going to go after their funnel and buy the product on the front end of the funnel. We're going to know everything about them. So we want to know the turnover, want to know the profit, want to know how long they've been in business for, want to know what sort of power their URL has. We want to know all of this stuff. So there's still some bargain place to find traffic, and obviously in the course I'm going to go through that as well. So we are still going to pay for some traffic because we want to do it fast. The speed is the most important thing, right? No matter what other things I say here, the number one reason why I rank everything is because of speed. I see so many people and they're taking forever to get their offer out there. And while you're taking all this time to get your offer out there, you're losing money because people can't buy your offer, if it's not out there, if it's not there for people to actually go and buy, then by the time you get out there, somebody else has already went and done it. They've already took half your traffic, and they've already spent all of your, well, they're spending your money. They're collecting your money, and you're losing out on it. So speed is, thanks, Angel. So speed is your number one priority, right? No matter what else I say, speed. I don't care what it is that you get out there. Perfect inaction is absolutely hopeless. If you don't actually go out there and make something and put it out and test it, you're never ever going to make no money online, right? I'm sorry to be really harsh about this, but I think we're going to have to be a little bit, because I put out all this free content all the time. And what I found is a lot of people aren't reading it. And I don't know if that's because it's free, or maybe it's because it's difficult to find within the group or something. But if you just follow along, then this is the way that we've made money. This is the way I only ever suggest the way that I do things. So the way that I've done things and it's worked successfully, that's what I go out and share with you. So it's all about working harder, not smart. Working smarter, not harder. All right. You see, so many people keep on going out there and saying, right, hustle this and hustle that. And yeah, it's great to go out and hustle, and I hustle an awful lot, but I'll only hustle on things that I think are going to work after I've done my research on that particular area. I don't want to go out and hustle on, let's say, like a great niche, self-defense. Self-defense is an awesome niche, but I don't know a great deal about self-defense. I used to be a boxer. I can show people how to box, but that's not really self-defense. So I wouldn't really go after that niche. If I was going after that niche, I would employ an expert, pay that expert, get all the content, and then put an info product, right? And it's all about doing this. I wouldn't waste my time on that unless I had an expert in place, right? And there's never been a time before in the history of business where you can go out and you can find out every bit of competitive intelligence, right? All the data that business owners have is all out there and it's all being shared, right? You know, if you're not going to go out, I know it's really bad giving away my secrets. If you're going to go out there and not use its intelligence, then it's kind of foolishness, because it's all there ready for you to go out and actually just get hold of, right? Now, obviously, putting this information together, there's an awful lot of information we collect. I'm going to go through the various different points that I go through in depth within the course, but I'm going to run through it all here. And once you get all this different information, it can be a bit confusing. Like, I collect far too much information, to be perfectly honest with you. But I want any launch that I'm about to do to be round about a 90% that we're going to make it, right? I hope this is making sense. So dehydrated today. Right. So I hope this is making sense, because I know I'm not explaining myself very well, right? So if you're not using the data that's already out there, basically you're starting to take risks with your own business, and there's no need to go out and take risks. What I focus on instead is I focus on 5 core principles. Right. So firstly, I focus only on the profit. What profit is that business making? I don't care about their turnover. I only care about the profit. How fast can I get something to market is number 2. How much is it going to cost me to get that thing to market? Right. Is it going to be really expensive? I'm going to spend an absolute fortune trying to get that thing to market. In which case, I don't really want to go out and spend an awful lot of my money, because obviously I work by myself an awful lot. What is it? What is already selling? So what's within the market? What have they dominated that particular market on? How many other competitors have they got? And what marketing are they using, right? So where are they putting their ads? How much are they spending on the ads? What sort of links are they getting, right? Now, all this is really simple stuff. And we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just going out there and we're taking the data, what we've already got, and we're then using that data to help ourselves, right? So we're going to uncover all of the information. Now, when I say all of the information, this is where this might frighten you a little bit. So the things I want to know is, what products do they sell? Who supplies the products? Who created the products? What's the profit margin? How long have they been selling the products for? What's the average customer value? Really important. We need to know the lifetime value of the customer, because we want to know how much we can spend. Do they sell multiple products? Who are the vendors who go out and actually supply the products? Who are the suppliers? Who are the partners? Who are their affiliates? How big is their team? Because I don't want to go into something where they've got 400 employees. I'm saying I don't want to. Sometimes it is actually worth it. If they're going out there making millions and they've got 400 employees, if I can see where I can go in there and by myself and maybe make a couple 100,000, then yeah, it's worth doing it. So what does a funnel look like? What does it do? How many pages? Has it got upsells, got downsells? Has it got little boosts on the pages? Are they using behavioral triggers? Where do they buy the traffic from? What keywords are converting highly for them? What keywords are they actually going out and targeting the keywords? Because how much money have you wasted before if you've ever run ads getting the wrong target keywords? It is so not. I've wasted an absolute fortune on mine. What's their ad budget? How much are they spending? Right now, I don't want to go after people who spend over 500,000 a month because that normally suggests that they've only got a very small profit margin. Right, so $500,000 a month in ad spends, not so much ClickFunnels because they obviously do the ad spends differently. But I don't want to go after the high lot. Why should I go on an ID every day? I know it's really bad. We're getting notice CEO Facebook sending me notifications. Yep, you're very welcome, Hilton. What's their content strategy? What strategy they're actually putting out the content? Have they got a particular content map in mind when they're putting out their content? Are they feeding people down a particular route? We want to know that. What kind of copywriting do they use? Are they using questions in the copywriting? Are they what hooks are they actually using that are converting for them? Right. What else? Are they established as a brand? Right. So for like some ManyChat's very, very well established as a brand. And so me taking on ManyChat directly would be an absolute nightmare. Me taking on ManyChat in a side way isn't such a nightmare. What's the estimated annual revenue? Do they use discounts and special offers? Do they use lifetime deals? Do they charge monthly? Do they charge yearly? And what are they doing to try and expand? Right. So they're the things I want to go out and I want to find out all of these various different parts about their business. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But if I know all of these bits about the business, then how easy do you think it is for me to go out and then replicate their offer? Right. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go out, I'm going to take all that information. I can then go out and replicate exactly what they're doing. We'll put together a better offer, right? A prime example, I think I've used it before, is my mobile phone. My mobile phone, it's just an iPhone, whatever it is, an iPhone, whatever the new one is. And so it's worth about $1.50, right? Same as what every other iPhone is. But if I was to go out and try and sell my iPhone, I could go out and I could approach photographers because inside my iPhone, I've got biggest part of the best British models in there. Because I used to be a photographer. I have all the magazine editors in there. I have all the magazine assistants in there. I have all the different photo departments, all the photo retouchers. I have loads of information that's worth an absolute small fortune to other photographers. So they can go out, get my phone, and all of a sudden they can ring up people who they could normally not get in touch with. All really, really simple. So it's all about adding more value to the actual offer. So if I'm adding more than what somebody else is, then straight away I can go out and I can charge more, all right? Or I can make my offer look more attractive. Right, so once you know all of those different aspects about that business, then you're going to become like a bloodhound, right? And be able to sniff out a good opportunity. So you're going to know exactly which opportunities you can go after, which opportunities are worth you going after, and how you should exactly go after them, right? It's going to show you everything. It's going to show you the funnels they use. It's going to show you every single part of what their business is made up of, so you can copy that exact, not copy, hack that exact thing. I'm not telling you to go out and copy their funnels and whatnot exactly. I'm telling you to use it as a loose base. So wherever their things appear, that's where your things start appearing, right? And if your offer's better, then you're going to make more money and more profit. Right. So this is the process that we use to consistently find out what and how to get involved and how valuable the actual potential is, right? We want to know exactly how they're making money. Right. So remember that it doesn't matter about the actual turnover because the turnover is not what we're interested in. I see so many businesses. Walmart is a prime example. Walmart makes an absolute fortune, but the profit margins are shockingly bad. And I don't really want to go in there and spend all my time going posting out physical products on a really small profit margin. I haven't got time to be doing that. I want nice digital products because obviously digital products I can get delivered faster. I can get them out there. I can host them. I can make sure nobody's hacking my product and things like this. All very, very simply. Right. So we want to be looking for also opportunities where we're not spending an awful lot of money to get into the same place, right? Because that would be silly. We don't want to be spending a lot of money. And these are out there. It's so simple. So the stages of research that we use, right? So the process that we'll be using as I've wrote this down. So first off, we're going to go for discovery. So we're going to go out and find out which businesses are actually worth going into further, all right? So we need to find a lot of businesses that's in sort of our area that we want to look at and find which ones are good. Next, too much Guinness last night. Next, we're going to evaluate. So we're going to evaluate their business. We're going to see what they're actually doing, what they're taking. Is it worth us going into it? Right now, once we've done the evaluation, we're still going to put our offers out there yet. But what we are going to do is we're going to take this evaluation and then we're going to validate it. Now, back in the olden days of direct marketing, you'll notice all my books in the background. There's an awful lot more in the house. But I was very, very much into direct marketing. I love the old school direct marketers. They're awesome. And what they used to do to validate was they would put on an offer. You've probably seen it if you're older, like me. I won't say how old, but you've probably seen it if you're older. And they used to say, order now and get shipped within 6 weeks. What they meant that they didn't have a product ready, right? They just basically said, look, if you want it, tell us, pay us the money, and we'll start making it. And this is now illegal, right? You're not allowed to do that because of certain laws. What we can do is we can evaluate this through a soft launch, right? So we can put out a test launch. We're not taking any money in, but then we're going to know exactly how many people are wanting to buy the thing, right? And we can do that on the certain percentages of how many people opt in and the various other different things that we're going to use. Now, once we validated that offer, if it's a good offer, you'll be surprised how fast you can get to market, right? Literally, you can get to market the same day if you've got the inspiration behind it. I had one that I was out validating and I worked out it was worth around about 2K per day. So I quickly went out and I validated the hell out of that one. I launched it as fast as physically possible. Right, it's all about speed. So speed to launch is the fastest thing. All of these should take you a couple of days at the most, right? And by a couple of days, I mean launch. It's all done. It's out there. It's ready. And then after you launch, you want to scale it, right? Really, really simple stuff. If you're already making money from something, you want to make more money from it, and you want to turn it into a real income. Now, when we're doing this, one important thing, I don't know what's happening in the answer to, one important thing to remember is you're only going to go after one offer, all right? Now, this is going to be really, really cool because what's going to happen is once you finish doing the discovery, evaluate, and then validate, you're going to be left with an absolute stack of offers, right? And straight away, you're going to be spoiled for choice, right? This is what this whole training is. This is why I'm going to lay it all out there and put in the membership site because I don't want people getting lost off on it because this is to do with maths and it's to do with an exact science. There was a bit of an art to it as well. But I'm going to take you through the step-by-step science of it, right? So you can't actually knack up a thing. Well, you probably still could, but it's going to be very, very difficult for you to break an offer and not get a good offer. Right, so you're only going to go after one, and what it's going to do is we're going to make up an opportunity score, right? And what that means is it means that we're going to want something that is the lowest scoring, right? I hope that makes sense, right? So as an example, what we could have is we could have SEO as part of your score. So your SEO would be if somebody has more than 60% of their traffic coming from SEO, then that's going to add 10 points. And remember, we want the lowest scoring thing possible. Now, the reason that's going to be is because SEO takes time. For us to go out and score in SEO, it's going to be a long slog. If they've got over 60% of their traffic coming from SEO, we're in trouble because it's going to take us around about 6-7 months, depending on the niche, to start scoring like them. Now, that to me is a big red flag because I don't want to be waiting 6 or 7 months before I can start making money. I've got the funnels out there. I'm paying for ads. I'm paying for everything else. Who wants to spend 6 or 7 months? I'd rather go out, get a product out there and start making money within a month. I like making money within a month. I'm very, very upset if I don't make it within the latest 2 months. And if it's longer than 2 months, I'm ready to start crying. It's just terrific. You'll see it's coming here in a really bad temper. Next off, I don't like physical products. Physical products, you're looking at higher overheads. For one thing, you're looking at having to physically go out there and ship them or get a fulfillment center, both of which I don't want to be dealing with because it's hard work. Who wants to do that? And you get less of a markup, right? So your profit margins aren't as big. I want digital products as much as what I can. So, for example, the likes of learning products, right? So we go out there, we could launch a course. Let's say, for example, we're going to go out, we're going to find a fisherman, and we're going to launch a course on fishing. And within that course on fishing, we're going to sell the course on fishing. We're going to teach them all how to do fishing. It's quite a popular thing. And from inside of the course, we're then going to put all of our affiliate links for the various fishing things that we would recommend. Now, if I was going to go out and do a fishing thing, I don't know anything about fishing. So I'll go down my local pub. I'd find the most qualified man on fishing, I'll ask about and find the most qualified people on fishing there is. I would pay him in advance, take all of his knowledge off him, build the course. I could either pay him in advance or I could split it. It doesn't make a difference really. Then go out, sell that particular course, sell all of the different affiliate stuff, which I will keep myself because I built the whole site and whatnot. And then I've now got a course that's ongoing out, right? And once that course is launched, I can then move on to the next course. Because remember, I've already done this full evaluation. So with the evaluation, I now know which course I can move on to next, or which product I can move on to next. Now, even though I've said about physical products, there is obviously, with every rule, there's some bits that's got to be broken. So physical products I would sell are the likes of supplements, right? Supplements are awesome. Supplements are worth an absolute fortune. You can get them cheap as chips. You can basically do a search for supplement manufacturers, right off to those supplement manufacturers, and how much would it cost me to white label your particular supplements? And they will do it for next to nothing. It is shocking. And the amount of markup you can get on supplements is awesome. And they also have a massive first order amount, right? Most people, when they order supplements with your upsells and whatnot, will go for around about $300 per first order. It's very, very nice. You can start spending an awful lot of money if people spend $300 on their first order. Next one I want to look at is I don't want somebody who has multiple products, right? And remember, every rule could be broken as well. But multiple products means that I've got to then go out and I've got to produce lots of products to start competing with them. And I don't want to be going out and making lots of products. It's going to slow me down. It's going to not only slow me down, it's going to cost me more money to actually get those products ready, because time is money. And so that is a very, very bad idea to me. Right now, you might want to go out and make multiple products. I'm just saying that to me, I would add points on for doing multiple products. Large teams. I don't want to go out and compete with people who's got large teams. I don't want to be tying myself up to having to do a job that 25 people do. However, I would go out, and if I could outsource it, so I could outsource a lot of the work and do the rest of it myself, I would do that quite happily, right? So that's quite cool. Next one, high monthly ad spend. Like I was saying before, if they're spending $500,000 on ads per month, then I know their profits is probably very, very small, unless they're doing the likes of self-liquidating, which is what Russell Brunson does. And in which case, I don't really want to go and compete with somebody who's spending $500,000 per month. That's not really the sort of money I want to be spending. My girlfriend would kill us for one, and it would bankrupt us for two. Right, what else have we got to? Oh, over 6 years in business. If they're over 6 years in business, now this is a bit of a tricky one because I want them to be over 6 months in business, because anybody can have a fluke for the first 6 months. And there's a lot of emulation people who's doing this sort of thing, what I'm doing. So I want them between 6 months and 6 years, right? If I've got them in that sweet spot, then they're all cool. They get minus points for that. So we get that number back down again. If they're over 6 years in business, then they get points added onto that because that's bad. Now they've got authority. They've got websites, got authority. They've got email lists. They've got an awful lot of assets that I just haven't got, and I've got to start battling against the leaders and the whole thing. And if the first value order is over $1,000, that also gives us some red lights. I don't particularly like over $1,000 because again, it means that most of the time their sales volume will be lower. If their entry is $1,000 or more, then they don't normally sell that much quantity of it. Now, I want to go out, and like I was saying before, I want to validate those offers. So I want to go out and I want to do a soft launch of that. If the product's over $1,000, my soft launch, it's going to take me a while to actually get the information that I need to see if that soft launch is working. It's going to be a bit more difficult. I done a launch a while ago. It was one of the Groove promotions. And with the Groove promotion, then what I actually done was I went out and I give away free realtors websites, and I give away the front end of the website, and I just give it away for free. It was awesome. Now I got that validated very, very quickly. Within one day, I had given away 400 landing pages for realtors. I had sold 10 chatbots for realtors, and I had also got one Groove sale. So altogether, that was well and truly worth my launch. So I then kept on launching that. Now, this is all like really, really simple stuff, and I hope I'm not coming across as rude or anything like that, 'cause I don't want to be coming across as rude. It's just that I'm seeing a lot of you guys like kind of struggling, and I don't know why. Like I say, it's possibly because it's difficult to find all the various stuff in the group. It's possibly difficult to find all the various stuff inside the group, inside of my YouTube channel. I've got stuff everywhere. I understand all of that. Right now, one thing I do want to show, right? Now, this is not to boast in any way, shape, or form, and I don't want to come across as boasting because I'm really not. But I want to just show you some of the sales, and this is using these methods, right? So this is just my Groove account. So this is on my Groove sale. And as you can see, it just keeps on going all the way down, right? Now I've got this is over a few months, so it doesn't really make a difference, but it's kind of nice, consistent sales, right? So we can just keep on going through the sales, and I want everybody's Groove accounts and everybody's other payment accounts to start looking like this, because there's no reason it shouldn't be. It's so simple to actually do. If you just follow along, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm trying everything at all possible to help. I know last night, actually, I might have been a bit snappy with somebody when they were asking us for help. But it's because I keep on getting asked the same questions over and over again. And it's kind of the training that I've already put out there, that's in your Chat Ammo membership site, right? That will show you 90% of all the stuff that you're ever going to need to know. Like all that stuff is the stuff that I've went out and I've used every day, and it gets me sales every day. So that's one of the stuff that I use. And all within inside your Chat Ammo account, then you have all of that training there. Now, this is a more advanced training. This is more, right, if you can't work it out from that one, this training is the one that you're going to need to use first. We're still going to build up the office. We're still going to do all of that. That's still the new training. But this is the way that I got a lot more success than what I did when I was just trying to do affiliate marketing. When I was just doing launch jacking, which was going over to Munchai, because I know some people don't understand what launch jacking is. So launch jacking, I would go over to Munchai right here, and I would log in to this bit. Right, and from inside of Munchai, I would go through and I would find all of the good promotions, right? So all these ones that's lit up and all these ones are good promotions. But I would pick 2 or 3 different promotions that would fit inside my niche every day. And then I would write off these various different people. So let's just have a look at this one. So VidJack Reloaded, right? Now these are normally pretty sackless ones, I must admit, right? These normally aren't really, really high value products. But let's have a quick look. So this one, you get front end price $37. You get 50% for $37. And the promo tools are all in here. So I'll give you everything. So launch documents, the bonuses, the email swipes, the graphics, the ads, the review posts. Right, so let's have a look at the launch document. And what we've got $6,000 prize money as well. So pretty cool. Now with this, my main concern was building my email list. Right, so I would use this to get people into my email list. That would help me. Right, now it's got all of the various different bits. Then what I'll do is I'll go over to JVZoo and I would request my link. Right, so I'd say, can I please promote your software? Because it's lovely and it will fit my audience exactly. But that's what you say. Right, so could I please promote your product? As I have the perfect, or I believe I've got the perfect audience for it. Bloody screen sharing. My bad. I thought I had done that. Right. So as I was saying, sorry, I would go into Munchai, pick on an offer, which the offer on Munchai is the ones that you can pick simply. Let's have a quick look. Oh, these blue ones here, these are the big launchers, but these ones here normally have a decent amount. You can always tell who the decent vendors are by picking these, right? Now, this is never going to make you a millionaire, right? No matter what sort of course you buy in affiliate marketing, launch jacking will not make you a millionaire. It will get you a decent amount of money, do all right for you. But the people who make an awful lot of money in launch jacking are the people who have their own products. That's the biggest secret that none of these affiliate marketers will actually tell you. So Neil Napier, he has an absolutely massive email list. Now, he actually does do some decent products. But he has a huge, huge email list. And so emails off, and they're all interlinked with each other, right? So this guy here will know this guy here, he'll know her there, he'll know them there, and they're all interlinked. And these people launch products every single week. So normally the products aren't that high up thing. So I'll go into here, and first off, I would apply to be one of their things. So I'll go on to promote tools, I'll get links. I would say, could I please be one of your affiliates? Because I've got the perfect audience. You could say if you've got an email list, I have an email list that would be very interested in your product. And you'll go in there and you would get it. Right. Now, once you do this, sometimes you can actually ask if you can have, I thought that was my dashboard. Sometimes you can go in here and you can ask if you can have access to it so you can do a demo. And then the way I used to do it was I used to do a video demo. So I'll put the video demo on YouTube. I would rank it highly. Biggest secret to getting into YouTube. On there, you watch what time it's about to be launched. Right. So in the JV doc, it'll tell us what time it's going to be launched. Oh, well, it's going to give you review access. So important links, launch dates. Right. So this particular one is going to launch on Saturday the 30th at 11 a.m. East Central Time. Right. So I would take that time and I will convert into 2 GMB. I know what time it's going to do. So 3 o'clock on Friday, right? 3 o'clock on Saturday, because it's launched on Saturday. I would go out and I would fire up my restream and I'll go live, just like I am right now. Now, when you go live, 9 times out of 10, particularly for a launch like this, you're going to get ranked in the top 3 straight away. Right? If you get ranked in the top 3 and you do a decent review and you've got some good bonuses, then you're going to get it. Now, the way that I actually made more out of this was I was putting them straight through my chatbot. As you can imagine, I love chatbots and they convert an awful lot better. So I was building up my email list via chatbots. So I would always make a bridge page. And on the front of my video, I would say, right, thank you very much for coming to the review for VidJack. What I want to do is I want to do a really in-depth review. And if you like the review, I have some bonuses for you at the end. Right? My bonuses are worth $20,000 or whatever they're worth. And you're going to get all those for free. However, because I want to give you something a little bit more special, if you stay at the end of this video, which then gets you higher ranked, I'm going to give you a free gift that's worth $200. That's going to help you get VidJack working better for you. And I'm going to give you that for free, whether you buy through my link or not. Right? I don't really mind if you, whichever one you do. Right. I would then send them off to my bridge page, which would give them a freebie. From the freebie, I'll get them onto my chatbot. From my chatbot, get them onto my email list. And then I would send them off to my link, my little JV Zoom magic link. And I would send them off to whatever my magic link is. All right. And then I'll get commission. And they normally do upgrades. There'll be a load of upgrades on here. Don't know where all the upgrades are actually. Choose video, embed and send. Where's the upsells? They've normally got all the upsells in here. That's this. Is that the sales page? No, not that sales page, right? So normally they have the upsells here. Oh, here we go. Right. So the front end, even though it just said it's $35, it's $47. So it's clicked up $10 somewhere. So there'll be a get out thing. So when they go up here, it'll have a little pop and say, get your $10 discount. Then they've got an upgrade of $197 a year. They've got an upgrade of $97. They've got an upgrade of $67. And they've got ultimate reseller licenses, $297 or $497, which is ridiculous. And then the bundle offer, you can get Video Jack yearly at $197, right? Absolutely ridiculous. Now, you can also, if you're number 1 finisher, which you'll never ever be because you won't have an email list like the guys who's on Munchine. But if you did, by some absolute fluke, if you've been doing this for a couple of years and you start building up your list the way that I say do it, sorry, that sounded really, really obnoxious there as well. If you use a chatbot to get your list in place, then it means that whenever you're doing a launch like this, then you can go out and you can dominate that launch. Because if you've got them on a chatbot as well as on your email list, first off, you've got all of their email swipes, right? So they'll be all down here somewhere. I'm sure I've seen the email swipes before, right? So you'll have all the email swipes. So first off, you can put all your email swipes into your autoresponder and send off your 5-day email swipes for this particular one. You can then also get in touch with everybody else who's bought something related to videos within your chatbot and then send them and say, listen, I know you bought this other thing for videos. So I thought you might be really interested in this VidJack. I haven't got a clue what this VidJack is like. But I thought you might be really interested in this VidJack because it looks awesome. I've done a review on it. If you like pop over reviews, I've included a link here. And then also, if you want to pop over and get it, I'm going to give you a load of bonuses as well. Right. Now, that is if you want to make money on the internet and you don't mind a really hard slog, because this sounds really easy. and this is what I thought. Right? This is where I started off actually making some money. So I think I started off doing this. I kind of enjoyed it, and I still keep on jumping in every now and again doing it for fun. And it's okay, but I would take maybe 4 different things for the 29th, 4 different things for the 30th. Actually, there's not very many. Fire launches, vertical video fire sale. You're never going to sell it. Twitter tutorials. Who's going to buy a Twitter tutorial? Stuff your bank. No idea. Healthy lifestyles, PLR product. I wouldn't touch it. Viral moolah. No idea. Webinar kit. Why would you go out and buy a webinar kit when nothing can actually link to that particular webinar kit? Right? On the surface of it, sounds great. Yeah, go and get a webinar thing, fully automated. It won't have any links, so you're going to have chaos trying to get anything linked into this. Yeah, no problem. It's okay because I will be getting off very shortly because Major's twisting now. I'm going off on a rant. But sorry, Angel. So this is what you could do, right? Now, this isn't a sustainable business. If you're going to be doing affiliate marketing, then I would always say pick your niche, go after the big products as well, but don't make your affiliate marketing your entire marketing project, right? Use the way that I'm talking about to get all of your various information out there, right? To research who else is doing good. Now, I'm also going to go through and I'm going to show you how to make your own products and whatnot as well. Because you can go out and make your own products really easily and then go out and get affiliates for your own products as well, right? This is what I want you to be doing to get really successful. I don't want you to just be, yeah, well, I launched Jack and I'm working every day. I'm working 7 days a week and I'm doing God knows how many hours a day and all this little lot. It turns into just another full-time job. I'm sure all you guys don't want another full-time job. I'm sure you don't want to be working 9 to 5, right? And if you do search, you'll see so many courses on launch jacking. I've got a course on launch jacking, which I give away. You see so many courses on launch jacking. That's unreal. And the stories that I'll tell you, particularly a guy called John O. Armstrong, he sells a course. I think it's $2,000 or something like this. And all he says is about launch jacking. And at the end of it, you go through the entire course. And at the end of the course, he says, of course, the real way to make money is to launch your own products every week, which means you're just launching crap, which then means you're going to have a bad reputation. Like I bought one of their products and it was hopeless. And I would never buy another product off them again. That's just me. But anyway, right, I've went enough of a rant here. You guys are probably bored of hearing us, so I shall end this stream. And hopefully this has been helpful. If you do want to get on the membership site, I'm still offering it cheap to all the guys in the group at $47. Obviously, it's pre-launch price, so the price will be going up. But if you want to join in there, if you want to learn how I do things now and make offers so that look more attractive, including affiliate stuff, then that would be the ideal thing to go into. Right? But thanks very much for watching.